What's up guys, Justin here for S&S Archery. In today's gear video, we're going to be taking a look at the Fast Eddy double pin by Hogg. Now, Hogg's been making great sights for a very long time. They're very heavy duty, all made in the USA, a lifetime warranty, machined aluminum, 6061. Everything about this just screams heavy duty. If you're hard on your bow sights, if you're a rugged hunter, this is a great option to go with. This is kind of the little brother to the Fast Eddy XL. So the same bow sight, however, this sight has a 6-inch dovetail. Where this is going to come in handy is if you're a guy that really wants to fine tune that scope housing relative to your peep, you can achieve that with the dovetail, and you can also have the option of taking your bow sight on and off. I'll leave a video link right here of the Fast Eddy XL so you guys can check it out in depth. But this sight comes in 11.4 ounces, so it's definitely a lot lighter than the Tommy Hogg and the Hogg Father, but yet has awesome features. It is a fully adjustable sliding sight, meaning once you get your top pin and your bottom pin set, you're going to be able to have these sight tapes that you get when you make the purchase. You're going to be able to correspond those to your arrow speed and put the right sight tape on your elevation knob right here. Your double pin pointer, whatever the top pin's pointing at or the bottom pin, is going to correspond to your actual pins. So for some people, usually you set them up at 20 yards. A lot of guys like to do that 28 to 35. So there's a lot of adjustment. It's just fine tuning it where you like it. On another note, these are fixed pins, so that you can't change the pin gap on your post. So for some people, that top pin might be 20 and it might be 35. And if other guys have a faster shooting bow, you're going to have that top pin at 20 and you might be at 30 yards or 32. So that is just a side note of this sight. This bow sight does come in 10 thousandths, 19 thousandths, and 29 thousandths pin selections. 10 thousandths, you're going to be a lot more detailed. Those longer shots, you're going to be more accurate. However, low light, it's going to be a challenge to see those pins. The 19 thousandths is kind of that sweet spot. So it's good for early morning, but yet when you shoot long distances, it's going to be a little bit hard because you're going to cover up quite a bit of your target. They also offer this 29 thousandths for guys that just have a hard time, seeing those pins. Getting into the bow sight, kind of how it functions. So basically, like I said, this is a fully adjustable sliding sight. So once you get it all sighted in, your sight tape, what you have here is your elevation knob. So you're going to loosen this knob, and that is going to be, you're going to be able to move your sight up and down, correspond those yardages, and shoot those distances. They have their HRD technology, so there's no bushings, there's no slop. It's just a very nice, smooth, quiet adjustment. When you get your bow initially set up, say you have your 20 and your 32 yard pin, whatever it may be, you are going to get this rack stop, and you can actually mount this to the bottom of your sight where your sight is going to come down and stop on the rail itself. And what this is used for is if you've ever been out hunting and your sight tape actually comes off, it's going to give you the ability to at least roll back down and stop your bow in that same spot that you sighted in originally. That way you at least have a 20 and a 30 yard pin, so your hunt isn't completely over. As far as windage adjustment, you have this knob here on the front. You just unloosen it. Now you have a micro adjustment left and right. So you can move that very easily, lock it back in. Bow sight has second and third axis adjustment. To change your second axis, you're going to loosen this side Allen, and then you're going to loosen the bigger Allen on top and the bigger Allen on the bottom. And that is basically, with your bow nice and level, you're going to be able to fine tune your level of the scope housing left and right. Sight also has third axis adjustment, so basically there's like this wedge shape here on the front. So you're going to loosen these just a little bit, and basically you're going to tighten this in as you're shooting at an angle, 45-degree angle, and this is going to camber your sight in, so it's going to true up your bubble when you're over and leaning and shooting those angles. It's very important to get that set when you're shooting at a different angle. That way your bow is definitely going to change at those angles, and that's why that third axis adjustment is there. Hogg, probably the last thing is they have their MRT technology, which is a multi-ring. So you do have the option of running their single ring. Where the multi-ring is beneficial is when you're initially setting up your bow sight, you want to set it up when it's very bright out, your peep is nice and crisp. Set it up on an interior ring. As it gets darker in a hunting situation, you know, low light, your peep's going to become fuzzy and you're going to see a lot more area around your peep. So that could be the outer ring here. So by having those multi-rings, you're going to be able to center your scope housing very easily and just be able to shoot more accurate because you're in the same spot every time. The Spot Hogg sight also takes a sight light. So this is an add-on. I'll put a link right here, right up to our store. You can purchase one here. But you're just going to screw it into these threads. Just check your local state to make sure it's legal. Here in Idaho, it's not. That is pretty much it. This is the Fast Eddy double pin by Spot Hogg. If you guys have any more questions about this sight or anything else that we carry in the store, please feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be glad to help. Thanks for watching.